Thank you, Jim P. Hey, Mark. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Miss Nicole. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you found this this account. I'm glad you like it. Try to go live as often as I can, take walks on the battlefield. Doing well, Big Poppy. So I'm going into the woods a bit further down here. I'm gonna visit some more of the less visited monuments on the battlefield. Not quite as hard to find as the one that we went looking for the other day. But probably some that are not visited very often because they're not. You have to go into the woods. You have to walk some trails to get to them, and they're probably missed fairly often. So I'm gonna go there so that you can all check them out. Oh, cool, Laura. How long will you be staying in town here, Laura? Through Monday. Cool. So you got a nice long stretch of time. You don't have to try to rush through everything. That's good. Take your time walking around, driving around. Make sure you hit the visitor center, the cyclorama, and the museum there. Maybe do the auto tour. It's good to give yourself enough time. Staying at the Farnsworth, that's cool. That's a nice place. I stayed there once. Thank you everyone for joining in. While I have a minute, and there's a good bit of people in here, if you could give me a follow. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers by Thanksgiving. So if you could help me get there, I would appreciate it. All you got to do is hit the follow button. Thank you for the crown, Jim. Yeah, I'm inching closer and closer. But I need everyone's help to get there. I can do it if everyone pitches in, gives me a hand. Thank you for the follow, Brian. I can't do it without y'all. Look at the colors in the trees. They're really starting to change. Thank you, Squints. Good to see you. Probably another 2 weeks and all of this is going to be very colorful. I'll have to head up to Big Round Top and get some good footage up there. Temperature right now is like 65 or so. A little bit of a breeze going. It's very pleasant. On the hunt for markers, yes. These aren't going to be as hard to find as the one from the other day, though. But the markers that I'm going to are, I would say, probably not visited very often because they're kind of off the beaten path. I already know where they are, though, so they won't be hard to find. So I'm going to be going onto this hiking trail over here. This is one of my favorite spots to hike. Probably not overlooked quite as often because you can kind of see it from the road. Now, there's hiking trails all over the place here. So if you walk past this one's not too hard to miss, but further in you go, you find that there's more that are hard to see. We've got this little marker here. 18th Pennsylvania Volunteers, left flank. So I would say this marker probably is not seen all that often because it is kind of up here in the woods. I do believe there is another small marker out here, kind of hidden. Small marker out here, kind of hidden. See if we can find it. See if we can find it. Yep, see right there. Right in the middle of the woods where you wouldn't think to look are these little markers that you would miss if you don't just go wandering off. This is the right flank 18th Pennsylvania Volunteers. I would bet that almost nobody gets to see this one. Right flank. Did I say left flank? I can't even speak. Right flank 18th Pennsylvania Volunteers. Out here in the middle of nowhere. I said right. Okay. Sometimes my mouth moves faster than my brain. And sometimes I get easily distracted. Just kind of scoping out the area, seeing if I spot anything else. Hey, Western New York cemeteries. Looking for random markers in the woods. I feel like I maybe see a little marker over there. Could just be a rock, but we'll go check it out. It looks like a marker to me. It looks like a marker of some kind, but there's no inscription on it. So maybe there was something here at one time and now it's just, this is what's left. But that stone seems a little too square and a little too clean for it to just be randomly out here in the middle of the woods. So I'm guessing there was maybe something here at one time. And it either broke and they never replaced it. So there is a list of markers and monuments. You can get it in a book form. There's also a link in my bio, in my link tree on TikTok, of a map that separates out the battlefield into sections. And then in each section, it will give you a list of all the monuments. You can click on the monument and it'll show you a picture so you can read what the monument says. It's pretty cool. It's helpful. So I'll have to look at the map and see if this spot is on there. I'm gonna try to make my way out of this mess and get back on the trail because there are more monuments to see back here. Thank you for the follow, Stephanie. I'm trying to hit 10,000 followers, everybody. So if you haven't followed me, please give me a follow. Spoopy, thanks for the gift. So there's a little trail right there. I wonder if it goes anywhere. I don't see anything. Spoopy, thanks for the donut. Yeah, there are a lot of random giant boulders out here. Hi.
Not easy to find, huh?
Nope. And if y'all heard, I just passed somebody that was also looking for some of these monuments, and he said these aren't easy to find. That's true. I'm back on the main hiking trail here, heading towards the next I'm back on the main hiking trail here, heading towards the next monument that's kind of hidden back here. There are several cemeteries in Gettysburg. There's more than just. What have I missed? We found a couple kind of hidden monuments. I'm kind of going off the beaten path this evening, looking at some of the monuments that are probably missed by a lot of visitors because you have to walk down these trails to get there. Not a lot of people really take the time to do that. So I'm taking you there to show you some of those monuments. So this trail that I'm on now, if you keep walking on it, it will take you, well, you can go two different ways really. You can go down around the base of Big Round Top, or you can actually go up Big Round Top. If you go around the base of Big Round Top on this trail, it will eventually take you out to Little Round Top. It's a nice walk. It can be a little rough and rocky at times. I gave myself a concussion on this trail last year, so you have to be careful. It's all right. It was just a minor concussion. I went to the doctors. They scanned my head. They said, "There's nothing in there. You're fine." You know, the leaves are definitely changing. It was cold this morning. It's going to be even colder tomorrow, and Friday we're supposed to have our first freeze, I believe. getting your bell rung. Yeah, well, I definitely got my bell rung that day. Yeah, the battlefield does look really, really nice with snow on it. I'm hoping maybe we'll get a little snow this winter and I'll be able to do some lives out on the battlefield in the snow. Thank you for the follow, Lion's Den. Bren, no, I'm in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So here we are at another monument that probably not a lot of people see. 5th New York. Amber, thank you for following. Hi, Anna. So we're doing a walk of some of the lesser seen monuments on the Gettysburg battlefield. Thank you, Anna. So here we have, again, one of these little markers that are just kind of hidden in the woods. Position markers, 5th New York, right flank. Thank you for the follow, Mel. That's awesome, Pappy J. Have you ever been to Gettysburg to find his name on there? Thank you for the follow. Have I encountered any apparitions? Not really. I've seen some strange things, but nothing I could say is an apparition. Thank you for the follow, Tamura. There's something on the back of this. I might have to climb up this rock and check that out. So 6 men died here. So this regiment attacked General Stewart's cavalry at Hunterstown. That's cool. You don't see too many monuments out here that reference Hunterstown, which is just a small town right outside of Gettysburg. While I'm up here, I just noticed another kind of hidden monument down there in the woods. To go check that out, see what that says. It's the 5th New York Cavalry left flank. Take a little walk back into here, see if there's anything else kind of hidden. Wipe out and faceplant on TikTok. Thank you for the follow, Lily. That might be like a property line or something there. Looks a lot like Michigan woods. You're probably seeing a lot more color in Michigan, I would think, on your trees than we are. So at this point, I believe we've probably seen all of the markers and monuments that we're going to see on this trail at this point. I'm just taking a long way back to the car because it's a really nice walk, scenic. But there's always a chance we could see something we've never seen before. Robert, thank you for the follow. Oh, there's some cool looking mushrooms down here. If the ground could talk, no kidding. Could be destroying angels. Could be destroying angels. If I wasn't on TikTok, I'd take a picture and pull it up. Because, you know, iPhones can do that, wink, wink. Hi. If the really old trees could talk. Kenneth, I don't think trees talk. I think they bark. Hey. They bark. Hey. Okay, so this is one of my favorite spots on this trail, at least on this part of the trail. Okay, so this is one of my favorite spots on this trail, at least on this part of the trail. This trail, if you walk the whole thing, is about 9 miles. At least on this part of the trail. This trail, if you walk the whole thing, is about 9 miles. And you jump between walking, hiking, and horse trail. But what I like about this part of the trail is the old stone wall. Typically on the main parts of the battlefield, they replace the stones. But we're in the middle of the woods, so I would bet that these stones are probably original. I don't see the Park Service hauling rocks out into the middle of the woods to replace them. So I think it's pretty cool to think that these stones were here during the battle. Yeah, that's something I learned recently as during the battle, to kind of build as cover from gunfire. But I learned that the most of those rock walls were already here, and there were barriers between property. But I'm sure the soldiers used them as the battle was coming through. All right, so we're gonna jump back on the trail here. Last year, I was walking this trail with a good friend of mine, and a whole group of wild turkeys just kind of crossed right in front of us right here on this portion of the trail. It was pretty cool. So at this part of the trail, you have a choice. You can go right or left. If we go that way, it will take us down to the bottom of Big Round Top and go around the hill and out towards Little Round Top. We're going to go this way because we're running out of daylight. I know this probably isn't the most fun to watch because, you know, you want to see monuments, you want to see markers, and there's not really much of that out here, but sometimes it's nice to see, and there's not really much of that out here, but sometimes it's nice to see this side of Gettysburg, you know, where you're in nature, you're walking on the trails, you're in the woods, you're kind of experiencing the battlefield probably like it was when soldiers were coming through here, minus the trail. And this is one of my favorite rocks. I have lunch here quite a bit. It's nice and flat. Yeah, this is a cool spot. This is one of my favorite places on the battlefield because it's quiet and peaceful. The amount of times I have walked this trail is stupid. I can't even begin to imagine the miles I've walked on this trail. So we're back out onto the main road now. So if you continue up that way, it is Big Round Top. And back that direction is where we came from. Just what I'm currently hunkered down waiting for Milton in Southwest Florida. Well, Crystal, I hope that you're staying safe there. Hopefully you're not in one of the high impact areas. And I'm glad that I can provide you some entertainment, I guess you could call it, to keep your mind off of what's coming your way. What trails do you recommend there? So what I recommend is to get on the horse trails. If you don't want to walk real far, the horse trails are really good. There's several different places you can get on them. I would recommend starting at the McMillan Woods Youth Campground and jumping on right at the beginning of the trail. They're flat. All you really have to be careful of is the horse poop, which is very easy to see. And you can walk for a couple miles on the horse trail and turn around and walk back, and I think it's fairly easy. Thank you for the follow, Crystal. Well, they let you bring your own horse. I think you have to ride the horses that they already have there, as far as I know. Although I have seen horse trailers come in and out of there, so I'm not sure on that. But I believe they have horses that you ride. They provide to you. So here we go. Here's a monument. 1st Regiment, Vermont Cavalry. This is another monument that mentions Hunterstown. Hello, Angel. Thanks for joining in. Do I walk every day? I walk every day, but not necessarily on the battlefield. Appreciate everybody walking along with me tonight. If you haven't given me a follow, please give me a follow. I'm trying to reach 10,000 followers, and I could use your help getting there. Sir Captain John Robert Seeley. He was your great-great-great-grandfather. Well, that's cool. I assume did he fight here? Did he just live here? Live here? Both. Okay. Can the random monument come up here? The green monument on the right. You mean the porta potty? This company's E&H 2nd United States Sharpshooters 2nd Brigade 1st Division 3rd Corps. This is a monument. I've seen it many times, obviously. I've walked this trail more times than I can count, but I've always just kind of walked past it, never really stopped to look at it until now. Some of the monuments do have dates on them when they were put up. Some of them don't. So it's hard to determine, how long they've been here. I love these little things here. Just listen to that nature. Love that. So just so you can kind of get an idea of where we are, way up on that hill there is Little Round Top. So up there, Little Round Top, and then Devil's Den will be on the other side of these trees here. Good evening. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, the grass is still looking pretty green here. It's probably going to be changing very soon. You ever hear phantom cannon blasts? I've never heard any. The only cannon blasts I've ever heard are from the reenactments. It's another random marker. Company C, that's a D. Company D, Maine Volunteers, 2nd U.S. Sharpshooters. Nothing on the back. So if you ever come to Gettysburg, one thing you want to do when you're looking at monuments is to check the back. Sometimes they have stuff on the back sides too. Ian, thank you for the follow. Bill U 1666, thanks for the follow. Yvonne, thank you for the follow. Everyone follow. I need your follow. Dustin, thank you for the follow. Robert, thank you for the follow. Trying to hit 10,000 followers, so I need everyone's help. Bill U says, and look for the flank markers. Yes. Gettysburg is your favorite place on earth. Mine too. Who marks all of these places? That's a good question. I think usually it's organizations, sometimes maybe individuals from the different states want to put a marker or a monument on the battlefield, so they buy it and probably get a hold of the Park Service somehow and get it placed. Michael, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I didn't mean to be offensive. I had an ancestor that was in the Civil War. I didn't see you say anything offensive, so it's all good. So unfortunately, we're kind of on the wrong side of the trees to see the sunset. I don't know that I can really get to a good spot. Do I feel any spirits? Not usually. Always something you miss. Yeah, I've been walking the battlefield for a good 30 years, and there's still things that I have not seen. There's so much to see out here, and I'm finding that there's stuff hidden like in the woods. So, I'm trying to discover all of those things now. Trying to figure out where some of these things are hidden. Go find them. And now that we have TikTok, you all get to come with me. Walk over here and take a look at some of these monuments. Thank you for the follow. User 77288295157. Hello, user 7728829515795. Thank you. It's Hood's Texas Battalion. So these are Confederate monuments here. This next one is a Texas Confederate monuments here. This next one is a Texas monument. This next one is a Texas monument. Though this was an easy one. I walked 17 miles at least. This one worked, though. This was an easy one. I walked 17 miles at least between Friday and Sunday, just doing TikTok. I think maybe. Oh, coming up here on the right is the picnic area. So if you're ever here, you want to take a break and have lunch. This is a nice little area. So if you're ever here, you want to take a break and have lunch. This is a nice little area up here where you can sit at a table and have your lunch, and then there's bathrooms. Looks like I'm probably having some connection issues. Hopefully you're all still with me. Gonna see if I can get to a good spot where we can see the sunset. This is the picnic area here. This little peaceful spot. Yeah, I mean, the soldiers were camping everywhere around here during the battle. It's very possible that there were encampments here. You can see a little bit of the mountainside here, the sunset. or the mountains. Yes, I am sitting here next to the bathroom. Thanks for stopping by, Big Poppy. I appreciate everyone who hopped on with me tonight, walked with me. If you aren't following me yet, please give me a follow. Try to do this as often as I can. I think I am going to call it a night. So thank you everyone for joining in. If you're following me and you haven't hit your notification bell, turn on your notifications so next time I go live you'll know and you won't miss anything. Thanks for walking with me, Sarah. I always appreciate my regulars. I wish you were here too. Maybe someday while I'm filming you can be my commentary. You're way more interesting and a lot easier to hear than me. If that makes any sense. Yeah. You mean through like the cemetery with the illumination ceremony? That would be awesome. That's coming up in a couple weeks. Thank you, user 7728829515795. Maybe you should change your name. Even if it's a fake name, just like Jeff or Bob. It's easier than user 7728829515795. But I appreciate you liking my content. Thank you for the follow, night janitor. Are you really a night janitor?